Hello everybody, Shockinator 1000 reporting for duty, welcoming you back to more Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. In the last episode, we started off exploring inside Seafoam Islands, encountering some new encounters, even though we've already seen them in a trainer battle. But more importantly, we've, just been exploring the cave. And in this episode, we are going to be delving in deeper into the cave because there is actually one more floor below us, actually, because you can see on that ladder right down there. But of course, we want to take this ladder because remember that ladder I said I was going to choose not to take? Yeah. That's actually the ladder. So obviously, I want to go back up to the main floor, and I want to drop down those holes again because we realized there was an item we didn't actually pick up because we chose not to drop down the ladder. And that item can be pretty well missed by many of you players. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down this hole, and then we're going to go down that ladder and see that the item that was beckoning us was just a super repel. So don't worry too much about that. But if you go down the ladder once more, the Eevee Joy-Con thing is shaking. And Eevee feels the tension in the air and it seems a little afraid. Last time this happened with Eevee, we had to fight a zapdos. But it's happening again, which means another very important Pokemon like Zapdos is to be found in here. And we are going to be on the urge to see if we can try and find it. Starting off by going the wrong way. You'll realize that the water is flowing in one particular direction, sending you all the way up to here. So that means you need to stop the flow of water. And the only way you can do that is by bringing down some boulders. And that platform over there with the item balls set on it is where you want to go. So we'll go up this ladder. And you need to find a way of how to get over here. And I think there's only one way we can do that. I think. And that is, we need to drop down a hole. Probably that hole. So we need to go up this ladder and immediately drop down this hole. And then immediately drop down this hole. Oh no, this will just take you right back to where we were to begin with. There is a ladder over there, but I think that ladder actually takes you out of the cave. We don't want to take that. And of course, as you can see, that tentacle is actually following us. So that's exactly what I mean. That tentacle is actually wanting to pick a fight. Oh, we're actually right here. Okay, good. So with these blocks, what you need to do is, this is actually a good strength puzzle. Knock this boulder down that hole immediately. That's a good easy task. But the next one is a little bit more difficult. Because wow, I feel sorry for that Golbat. Literally trapped in there. So I see we've already caught one of you. We do not need to catch another one. Right, you need to think of this very, very closely. because you want to move this a couple of paces to the left. Then you want to move this boulder up a couple of times and then move this one down a couple of times. And then move it left 3 times, then go up here and drop it in that hole. The other 2 stones over there are decoys. They're basically there to put you off. Next, fall down the hole, and the water current has now stopped, so we can now proceed to the island that we said we was going to go to, and you can see exactly what is up ahead. Yes, Eevee, we get the picture. Okay. Now, same thing with this one with Zapdos. You want to save before continuing on. And I'm also going to start this off with Charizard. Meet the second of the 3 legendary birds. The first one we found was Zapdos. Meet Articuno. Articuno is actually a really good bird, but the only situation is with the 3 birds is that between Articuno, Zapdos, and the mystery bird that we haven't yet come across, is that Zapdos is the only Pokemon that does not share a quad weakness. And obviously with Articuno being an ice flying type, that's kind of hard for it because, well, it can easily get one-shotted by a rock type move, but it can knock out Charizard in 2 ice beams. Definitely goes to show just how powerful Articuno can be. And oh, we haven't even got the move. I forgot we swapped Evelyn's moveset around. Actually, no, Nidoqueen's not going to be good for this. Oh, God. Yeah, my team is not best suited against the legendary birds. Okay, we're going to be forced to use Evelyn, and we're going to use Glitzy Glow. Because that move, Ice Beam, Articuno will never stop using it. So it's up to you to make sure you do a lot of damage to Articuno as quickly as you possibly can. Of course, he's got Reflect in his moveset, which means we're forced to use special attacking moves until Articuno is no longer protected by the Reflect. That's not going to do much damage, Sappy C, but it will take a good chunk of Articuno's HP every turn. So now we're going to use Bouncy Bubble so we can heal up our HP. And in case you're wondering, Articuno is actually a pretty good special defender, but not so good in a physical defense. It's sort of like a legendary version of Cloyster, the evolved form of Shelder. Kind of roughly in that scenario. I'm not saying that he is, but he sort of is similar. Alright, this is obviously going to end Articuno. Having a Bouncy Bubble followed by the Leech Seed of the Sappy Seed. And we should be cleared to catch Articuno. Now with Articuno is sort of like a hard Pokemon to catch because it's sort of the same thing as Zapdos. Very occasionally, he will set up a barrier that will deflect all berries to be used on Articuno. Thankfully, it doesn't do it in Pokemon Go, it only does it in Pokemon Let's Go. And that is the Icicle Barrier. So we can't use any berries while that barrier is in effect. So we're just going to have to try and catch Articuno as best as we can without wasting any berries. And of course, it's not going to be that easy because it's a legendary Pokemon. Wait, hang on. Okay. I thought I had all the Pokeballs. Right? No, don't go back in the... Thank you. Okay, Articuno, you're going to sit still? Yeah, you're going to set up another barrier. I knew you were going to do that. Okay, keep shaking 3 times. But that's what Articuno does all the time. It always sets up a barrier and then does another battle cry to try and taunt you. It's like, okay, it set up a barrier, we'll throw a Pokeball, and then it does a taunt to actually deflect the ball. It is honestly really annoying. We're going to use a silver pineapple berry. Because this actually weakens the barrier, but it also gives you more berries of the particular Pokemon. So, well, basically not berries, but candy. But you get what I mean. Game, I did not aim there. Come on, I aimed at the dead center. That's how I aimed that way. Do you know what? Maybe we'll try a different Pokeball. Maybe we'll try the Great Ball. I mean, it matches Articuno's color scheme. Oh, flaming hell. See, every time. Sets up the ice barrier, and then sets up a quick taunt. It's like, haha, you can't use a berry on me. Deal with it. Well, guess what, Articuno? I can blow a raspberry at you. Oh, and in case you're wondering, if you put up any berry on Articuno, if you're not throwing a Pokeball at Articuno quickly enough, when the berry is still in effect, and he sets up an icicle barrier, that berry that's in the middle of an effect of being used on Articuno, it'll just get rid of it. Permanently. I am not joking. It honestly will do that. Are you kidding me? That actually hit you, Articuno. Come on. Get in the ball. Get in the ball. Ah, yes. Alright. We'll do something that I often kept knowing myself to do before I started doing Pokemon Let's Plays as a beginning. Catching legendary Pokemon in a regular Pokeball. I have actually done it. I have caught every single legendary Pokemon, excluding event-only legendary Pokemon, like mythical Pokemon, with a regular Pokeball without cheating. For God's sake, I can't aim today. There. Get in the ball. Ah! You seriously love taunting me, Articuno. You seriously love taunting me. And there is one thing that I do learn when it comes to catching legendary Pokemon. If they prove to be so hard to catch, that can only mean one thing. They are a good nature. But if they just decide, I'm going to get caught immediately on like the first ball, whatever, that means they're not really a good nature for a Pokemon. And I can prove this as a testimony. There, we caught Articuno. It took us, I don't even know how many Pokeballs to catch Articuno. But we will see exactly what nature Articuno is. A legendary bird Pokemon. It freezes water that is contained in winter air and makes it snow. Kinda strange though, if you ask me. Yeah, well, Evelyn, you didn't really... actually, you did help, actually. You helped knock out Articuno. Oh, dear. Alright, let's have a look at him. And while we're at it, let's have a look at the other Pokemon we caught. Let's start off with Seal. So Seal is a bold nature. That's actually a good nature for a Seal. That's plus physical defense minus physical attack. But obviously, like I say, they're not really defensive. Slowpoke, that is a brilliant nature, but just wrong characteristic. 31 IV in speed, and is the slowest water type and psychic type Pokemon in existence, and is also a minor speed nature. Good thing though is a plus special defense nature, that's good. We have a quirky Slowbro though. Should be Slow Sis because it's a female Slowbro. A Calm Dugong, so that's another good nature. Because, ignore that burp, I do apologize about that. It's a minus physical attack, but it's a plus special defense. Quirky, of course, is balanced. Lacks shoulder. There you go. There's proof. There is proof right there. That's why Articuno kept taunting us and was refusing to be caught in the Pokeball. Because he was a good nature. Plus speed, minus physical attack, with 31 IV in physical defense. That is why I say, if the legendary Pokemon is refusing to be caught in a Pokeball, any Pokeball apart from the Master Ball, then you know he's a good Pokemon. Otherwise, if he gets caught immediately after the first 5 Pokeballs, regardless of what they are, then you know he's going to be a bad nature. And I can testify to this. There was one time I actually caught a legendary Pokemon on the first 5 turns. And I had a look at the nature. It was a Rash. And this Rash nature Pokemon was actually a Zapdos. But the second try I did it, he got caught on the second Pokeball. And that second Pokeball that I caught him in was a Great Ball. And he appeared this time as a naive nature, which is plus speed minus special defense. And then when I tried it for a third time, he showed up as an adamant nature, which is plus physical attack minus special attack, which is not a good nature for Zapdos, but he can technically get away with it. Because Zapdos is more of a special attacker, but he can learn a lot more physical moves than he can learn special moves. And I caught that one with my third Pokeball, which was a Dusk Ball, I believe. And I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to accept it. I'm not going to get any better natures than this, so I just took it. Anyway, we're going to be going up these ladders now. This is the way out, since we no longer need to be in Seafoam Islands. But, there we go. We got an item ball over here, which is a super lure. For those who don't remember what lures do, they increase the likelihood of wild Pokemon to show up. Or in easier terms, it's the exact opposite of what a repel does. Now, you probably might think, this girl actually heals up your Pokemon for you? Wrong. Ha! Are you on vacation too? No, I live on this island. What are you talking about? Well, I don't live on the island, I live in the region, but... Alright, so she has a Marowak on her team. I'm mostly gonna reset my Joy-Con because apparently it loves to keep making my character walk down. Right, we're gonna use X-Scissor first and foremost. We'll use one more and that should be the end of Marowak. It is a shame that Charizard's not really gaining the experience from this, considering that, well, he was knocked out, and we got another critical hit, and I stupidly decided to not load up my Word document, when I should be having it up the entire time. So that's critical hit number 23 for me. And we got a Gloom. Right. Okay. We have actually gone over the time limit, to be honest. So I guess after we've beaten this Pokemon trainer and grabbed whatever item it is that she's guarding, which we could have easily gone on the water, surfed around her, and then grabbed it to save the effort. But we need the experience, damn it. Wigglytuff. Alright. We'll send out Gyarados. And then we'll use a waterfall. Got the flinch. And then this next move is going to knock him out immediately. And there we go. I'm sorry, but you wanted to battle me. Right, so let's see what item it was. A heart scale. These are basically items that are used on a move relearner for you to reteach moves that your Pokemon originally learned by leveling up, but you chose not to go for it. Like, say, for example, you no longer wanted your Scyther to have Wing Attack, and you wanted him to learn another flying move. But that flying move was proving to be useless to the Pokemon, so you want to reteach him Wing Attack, because it's the only physical attacking flying type move he can learn in this game. And as long as you find the move relearner, you can actually have a heart scale and reteach Wing Attack to your Scyther. But anyway, when it comes to that, that's a good stopping point for us. Next time on Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, we'll be proceeding further onwards to Route 20. And of course, there will be a lot of trainers, so I'm going to be battling them off camera, okay? See you guys then.